Manchester United make Paul Pogba from Matthias Ligt offer to Juventus. There's a Harry Kane update, and Manchester United are very interested in signing KD Koulibaly and much more. Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the latest news covering Manchester United that's coming today, and mostly talking about the whole Matthias Ligt Paul Pogba swap deal between Manchester United and Juventus. I'm basically going to be talking about what the reports are saying, how likely is it going to happen, a swap deal between Man United and Juventus for, Pogba and Ligt, and how realistic are these reports and reliable? But before I get into that, please take 2 seconds to hit that like button and then subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football so you don't miss daily football content from me. According to reports, Manchester United have asked Juventus for Ligt in return for Paul Pogba. Last summer, Manchester United were heavily linked to Ligt. We knew that we wanted Ligt. We knew that we wanted a centre-back. We were linked to Koulibaly, Ligt, Maguire. But we knew that Ole regarded Ligt highly. We would try anything to get him. Apparently, we offered him monstrous wages. But he went to Juventus, and obviously we're a little bit upset by that. I think everyone kind of wanted Ligt here. But he went to Juventus, and his first season at Juventus has been okay, but it's not been brilliant. He hasn't really settled in yet. He's had the odd good game, but it hasn't been brilliant. So Juventus, they might be looking to sell him, but I'm pretty sure they'll give him another year because he's young. So all the reports last night basically came out, and I'm talking multiple reports, that Manchester United have offered Paul Pogba for Ligt to Juventus. And obviously we know that Juventus are interested in Paul Pogba, and Paul Pogba would happily go back to Juventus. It's between Real Madrid and Juventus to get Paul Pogba. And obviously, money for Paul Pogba is going to be over £100 million, and with the transfer market so uncertain around this whole coronavirus, and prices are going to be so uncertain because prices are realistically going to go down because clubs are going to lose money if their league isn't finished and stuff. Maybe a swap deal is better. Maybe Juventus are, I don't know if we can agree on cash yet, because I don't know how much this cash is going to be worth then. You know what I mean? And Manchester United, they aren't going to take less than £100 million for Paul Pogba. It's the Woodward, it's the Glazers, it's the board. So maybe they're like, well, with the transfer market so uncertain, let's just do a player swap. We don't want your Ramsey. We don't want your Rabiot. The one player we want from you, Juventus, is Matthias Ligt. To be honest, if this is true, it wouldn't actually surprise me if Juventus accepted this, because, money in this transfer market and a pandemic, it's not known how much it's going to be worth. We know that values are probably going to go down because clubs are going to lose money, but also, Ligt hasn't had the best first season at Juventus. He only cost them £67 million. Pogba cost Manchester United £90 million. They got £90 million for Pogba. Pogba is worth a lot more than Ligt and is a much better player than Ligt. Obviously, Ligt has a brilliant potential, but Pogba's worth more. Pogba's a world-class midfielder. They sold Pogba to us for £90 million, and they're giving us their £67 million signing. They actually make a win on it, so if this is true, I think Juventus would accept this unless they couldn't actually get another centre-back in, because obviously Chiellini and their all centre-back options are really old. But, that is a fair deal, and, I think Juventus would probably accept that. And the reason I actually do think it is true, because I know what you're thinking, we spent £80 million on Harry Maguire, why would we sign a centre-back? And to be honest, I was thinking that, but there's so many reports over the last month that's been linking us to Koulibaly, which I was like, okay, maybe we are interested in a centre-back because there's multiple reports linking us to Koulibaly. Maybe we want a partner for Maguire. And when you think about it, Manchester United played very defensive football. We played that very defensive midfield with 2 holding CDMs. Maybe that's to cover the defence because Ole doesn't trust the back 4. Maybe he doesn't trust Lindelof. He's got Maguire, and maybe he wants a partner for Maguire. He doesn't trust Lindelof. Bailly's too injury prone, Nzumbi's too young. Maybe that's why we play so defensive, because Ole knows that defence actually isn't good enough. Because if defence was exposed, we probably concede a lot more. So maybe that's why he wants another centre-back. And the reports coming out today, which I'll get into later, about us wanting another centre-back. So, you know what? I'm actually not surprised that we want Ligt, because we wanted him last season. He's young. He's an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer style of player, the kind of player Ole wants to bring to Manchester United. And it looks like we're actually looking to get a centre-back. I know our priorities is right wing and CDM, but I think he really wants a partner for Maguire, and I don't think he trusts Lindelof or believes in Lindelof, to be honest, because that would probably explain why we play so defensive football. But if we have 2 solid centre-backs, then maybe we can play more exciting, more attacking football. The article actually does go on to say that Jadon Sancho is Manchester United's #1 target, which doesn't surprise me, which is a good thing, because I think we'll go for Sancho, maybe a Sakara, and then we'll see if we can get a deal done for Pogba, because I know we don't want to let Pogba go cheap. And, who's going to really want to pay £100 million for him now, especially if we don't know what's happening with the transfer market. If you want my honest thoughts on the deal, I think Manchester United did propose this deal. I would not be surprised. We wanted Ligt for ages. We wanted him last season. It looks like we're in for a centre-back. We want to get rid of Paul Pogba, but we want to get our money's worth for him. And I know it could be a little L, but, I think it's a good deal. I think Juventus would accept because they'd actually get a win in that, and unless they just couldn't let De Ligt go because of lack of options at centre back next season. So like, I think this is true, and I think there is a potential that it could happen, because I do believe these reports. But the only thing is, Mino Riola is De Ligt's agent, and Mino Riola and Manchester United have a bad relationship. Mino Riola talks about would try and not get his players to come to Manchester United. He believes that Manchester United is not the best club for players to go to. He said all that in the past, and maybe he will try and stop De Ligt coming to Manchester United. But then you've got to think, wait, Paul Pogba is one of Mino Riola's clients. So if he could get Paul Pogba and move to Juventus where he wants to go, it means he'd have to convince De Ligt to go to Manchester United. So would he sabotage Paul Pogba getting a move when he wants one, just so De Ligt wouldn't go to Manchester United because he doesn't want to bring players to Manchester United? And I don't think he would. I think he would probably not stop De Ligt going to Manchester United, because it means Paul Pogba would get a move who's his #1 client, pretty much. Although, does Paul Pogba want Madrid first? Who knows? But, you know, it's really down to, in my opinion, because I think Juventus would accept this if this is true, because I think that's a good deal for them. It's really down to Mino Riola and De Ligt wanting to come to Manchester United. If he does want to come to Manchester United, then, you know, it might not happen, but Pogba definitely wants to leave. So for me, I think this is true, and it's just down to really De Ligt coming to Manchester United. So the next story coming in is about Harry Kane, and Manchester United have inquired in Harry Kane, which again is no surprise to me. You know, we've linked him a few times. Obviously, I've never thought we're seriously going to go for him and get him, but I think we're inquiring. Maybe in a season or two we might put money in for him if we're in desperate need of a striker. I think Anthony Martial's a good striker. I think we're just going to get Garlo for another year or two. The priority up front is a right winger, but we inquired about Harry Kane, and they said £200 million. That's what Tottenham said. That's a very Daniel Levy Tottenham answer, and there's no way Manchester United are going to pay that. We are not that desperate. You know, that means Spurs don't want to sell him, and we're not going to get him. And I know a lot of people want Harry Kane, but my hand on my heart, Harry Kane to Man United is not going to happen, I can tell you this now. And the final report coming in, which I briefly mentioned earlier, is that Manchester United want to get a centre-back partner for Maguire. This is from ESPN. They've closely been monitoring Kalidou Koulibaly, a player that we were linked to last season, so I kind of believe this. And I think maybe if we don't get De Ligt, we will look at Koulibaly. However, I think we'll try and get Sancho and then a CDM and then get a centre-back. But if we can sell Pogba for De Ligt, I think that would probably be Ole's first choice solution this summer. But, you know, according to ESPN, we're looking for a centre-back, which kind of links to the stories earlier about De Ligt. Now, thank you for watching this video. This is Alice Talks Football. This was my Manchester United daily transfer update. I upload daily videos on the channel, so make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below, as it means a lot. And if you subscribe, you don't miss daily Manchester United related content. Comment any video suggestions down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.